Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am calling this meeting to order at 10:04 a.m. Just a moment. All right. Um, we acknowledge the land which we occupy today as the traditional home of the Nisenan, Maidu, and Miwok tribal nations. These sovereign people have been the caretakers of this land since time immemorial. Despite centuries of genocide and occupation, the Nisenan, Maidu, and Miwok continue as a vibrant and resilient tribes and bands, both federally recognized and unrecognized. We take this opportunity to acknowledge the generations that have gone before, as well as the present day Nisan, Maidu, and Miwok people. All right. So now we're going to have our advisor do the roll call. What's that mean?
Yes. Okay. All right. President Nicole Nugent.
Present.
Present. Vice President Warda Ali.
Present.
Present. Senator Sarah Reed.
Present.
Present. CABE Representative Kevin Hill.
Present.
Present. And Senator Molly Nealon has an excused absence today. So 4 out of 5 members are present. Quorum has been met.
Awesome. So we are going to move forward. And now we are to adopt our agenda for today. Is there anyone objecting to adopting today's agenda? If not, we're going to adopt the agenda and approve it and move forward. Now we're going to approve our minutes. And I'll pull those up. And our advisor will pull them up as well. By the way, happy Friday, everyone. Brad, can you confirm, do I need to go ahead and read those minutes? Okay. So the minutes are available right here if anyone needs to see them. And those are the minutes from our last meeting. And we're going to approve them. Is anyone objecting to approving those minutes? Let me look on the Zoom real quick. All right. If not, we're going to move forward. Now we are going to, next on the agenda is the chair's message. I just want to say thank you to all of our board members for just being active and participating and for pressing on as we continue to learn together and as we continue to fulfill the roles of our Senate positions. I'm really excited about the future, and I do want to encourage, if possible, if there are any meetings that you'd like to attend on campus and any and you'd like to fill in and learn more about some of the different departments and things that are happening among the ARC campus, please just contact me either today at a later time or day so that I can fill you in about any possible meetings that still need representatives. So far, everything is going pretty well, and I'm excited, and we are continuing to move forward. That is my message for today. All right. Now we're going to move forward and have a message from our advisor, Brett.
All right. Aloha. Happy Friday. I feel like an NFL offensive coordinator wearing these headphones, but it's football season. So just a couple notes. Happy week 3 is now almost over. So what is that? 13 more weeks to go. Just some announcements. I've bombarded the board with emails this week, and I apologize. But Constitution Day is on Thursday, so 6 days from now, and that'll be in the Student Center. I know you all are going to discuss it here as an agenda item in a little bit, so I won't get too much into the details, but I do encourage anyone on the board or in public comment or watching this at a later time to come through and participate in that. And I'll give you some more context when we're on the agenda item. I mentioned it last week, but start thinking about when you want to hold your office hour. So one of the obligations of serving on the board is 1 office hour a week. And this year that can be either on ground in the Center for Leadership and Development, or it can be via Zoom. But what we need to do is advertise when that is. So, you know, President Nugent, I'm making this up, but like, is going to be available from 2 to 3 on Wednesdays, right? Like that's their time where students can contact them, hop on a Zoom, and then we'll need to work on publicizing that so that the student body knows how to reach all of you. With that, I'm working on a few things. I asked for you all to come through and take a photo, but you could submit me one if you want. I have some from you for those of you that ran for office. If you want to use that one, you just let me know. But what I'd like to do is put together a little PDF with all of you, your bios, your office hours, right? So that students know how to contact you all. It's important students know who you are. And then with that, Nicole mentioned it, but the committee appointments, there'll be a standing item on the agenda until we can fulfill the committees. Some of the shared governance committees, you do not have to be on the board. So if you have a friend that can't make every other Friday, but can make a once a month student success council meeting, you know, let them know. That's one way to get involved where they're not here every other Friday. Let's see, a couple of other announcements. Our new dean started, I guess, full-time this week on Tuesday. So her name is Hannah Blodgett. She'll be coming through at some point to say hi to all of you. She used to run student life at Folsom Lake College, so she's quite familiar with ASB and the inner workings of it and what you all go through as student leaders. So she's another great resource as well, in case you can't get a hold of me. But definitely pick her brain. I think at some point she'll reach out and try to meet with all of you individually, but she might hop into our meetings from time to time. So I just want to give you an update about that. The other thing I wanted to mention was how to put something on the agenda. So you can always email Nicole and just say, hey, I want to put something on the agenda, or I wrote a bill and I'd like to have this on the agenda. There's also an agenda item request form that I will get out. It's a Google form that you would fill out. And that way members of the public can actually get things on the agenda as well. But if you're writing a bill or a resolution, you want to make sure you get that on the agenda, and you need to let Nicole and myself know. So I can go over that, or if you have questions, you can contact me about that. But start thinking about things you want to put on the agenda, especially as we dive into the school year. So other than that, the last thing I have, I'm going to put it in the chat, but where to find the posted agendas, I'm going to put the link, but it's kind of tricky. So I'll kind of put some instructions. And then Nicole's going to be busy next week. She has her first student advisory council on Wednesday. So she'll meet with the student trustee and the other 3 Senate presidents. That's Wednesday at 3:30. And then the board of trustees meets at 5:30 that night. And I would encourage all of you, you don't have to go this Wednesday, but at some point, this semester, you should attend a Board of Trustees meeting and just see how they operate, how they work, what they're discussing. I'll email the board the agenda. They just posted it, so you can kind of take a look at it. It looks a little different than your all's, but it's good professional development. It's a good way to stay engaged. All the district folks are there, so it's a good way to learn. And so with that, I'll be quiet and I've talked enough. So thank you all. I appreciate your all's commitment. And Chair, I'll hand it back to you. Nicole, sorry, you're on mute.
My apologies. Thank you, Brett. So now we're going to move forward to our public comment portion. This time is reserved for members of the public to address ASB Senate on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed, with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comments. The law does not permit any action to be taken, nor extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB Senate may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact the ASB Senate President for the item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. Do we have any comments from our public? Advisor Brett, do you see any comments or hands up from the public? Okay. We are going to move forward. Now we are going to move to agenda item for appointments and swearing in. So this time is reserved for appointing and swearing in members to ASB Senate and our committees. Our first focus is for an ASB Student Senate representative to the CABE board, Club and Events Board. Do we have any volunteers from our board to represent, to be a Senate representative for CABE? And if you want, you can put some information in the chat too, so I can see as well. Do you see anything, Brett? You're muted, Brett.
I don't. Chair, sorry.
Yes.
So these are just going to be standing items until these get filled. So you can go through everyone if you want. You don't have to. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick and put up the council meeting times so that maybe people can look at their calendars. And I think I emailed this out, but I'll email it out again. But CABE meets on ground every other Tuesday. So their next meeting is this coming Tuesday. And that's on ground at 10:30 in the boardroom where we did our orientation.
And the time?
10:30.
Awesome. So so these will be standing items, everyone, that'll need to be resolved eventually. President Kevin, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, can I be appointed to the Institutional Effectiveness Council?
Yes, I can do that. So, Brett, and correct me if I'm wrong, I just want to make sure I'm doing it the proper way to appoint Kevin to that board or that council.
Yeah, hearing, seeing no objections. Like sorry, let me back up. When appointments are being made, they're the chair's decision, and it's only if someone has an objection that then you discuss. Like if two people were interested, right, then you could have the discussion.
Gotcha.
But, it's your call to make appointments.
Okay. Thank you for that information. All right. So at this time, are there any objections to appointing President Kevin to the Institutional Effectiveness Council? Okay. Hearing and seeing that there are no objections, I appoint President Kevin Hill to the Institutional Effectiveness Council. Congratulations, Kevin.
Thank you. And then someone just email me their meeting days, locations, all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Sounds good. Thank you. And then can I add something else as well, Chair?
You have the floor.
So a couple things about the committees. So one, the CABE one's really important because that's a voting member on my board pretty much. And so same way I'm on this board, Senate has to send someone to be on the CABE board. Traditionally, it is the president, but a lot of presidents have things that called life. And so I'd say if possible, try to fill out as soon as possible because that's how CABE gets reports from Senate about what Senate's doing. And then as well with the committee, with the on-ground councils, it's really important that we have you guys on the councils because one, it's part of your to be in them. So the councils requires you to serve at least one participatory governance committee, but also it's great experience with like networking and whatnot. But yeah, I just like to add that part in.
Thank you, President Kevin. I actually will, I've had a schedule change, so I will now be, if no one else is interested, I would like to be the Senate representative for the CABE meetings every other Tuesday. I don't know how that goes about appointing myself advisor, but
So technically, you don't have to appoint yourself because you're already on it by default.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
That's how I interpret it. Brett might interpret it a different way.
Yeah, it's just a formality, but yeah, it defaults to the president. But you could appoint, like if you couldn't make it, I'm looking at Sarah, you could appoint Sarah, but because you said you can do it, it's fine.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and fulfill that role for the ASB Student Senate Representative to CABE. All right, and so now, and we just want to keep clear that we have standing appointment openings for the Student Success Council, for the Operations Council, and for the Academic Interclassified Senate Liaison. And actually, yeah, they had a meeting yesterday. So we do have spacing for that. So to the board, if you can possibly be open and interested in fulfilling like one of the roles to represent ASB, our ASB Senate, and fulfill the meeting times, just let me know. We can get the time information to you. That would be super helpful, and we greatly appreciate it. If there is anything else, we're going to move forward to our unfinished business. And at this time, according to my knowledge, there's no unfinished business from our last meeting. And moving forward, we are now going to address our new business. So we have one bill to address, and that is, let me make sure I'm reading it correctly. So that is, let me pull it up. Give me just a moment. That is Bill 10.3. Well, it's, let me say that correctly. It's Bill F2204, but it is item 10.3 for Constitution Day National Voter Registration Day, and ARC Club Rush Day. Do we have anyone that would like to make a motion?
I motion to approve Bill F-2204.
Thank you, Senator Warder. Anyone would like to second that motion?
I second that motion.
Thank you, Senator Sarah.
So Chair,
Yes.
the motion was to approve it. So from there, it would go just to a roll call vote unless someone would like to discuss it. So let me back up.
Can we back up and
Yeah.
discuss it first?
So learning environment, typically with bills and agenda items, you want to move to discuss, so that people can kind of get the context of what is happening before you approve it.
Right.
There are times when you can just auto approve things like setting up a travel budget, stuff like that. But this one, you probably want to just briefly discuss.
I agree. Thank you, Advisor Brett. Let's go ahead and move to discuss this bill for Constitution Day, National Voter Registration Day, and ARC Club Rush Day funding. Is there anyone on the board who would like to discuss this?
Chair, I can get some context to it.
Thank you, President Kevin.
So pretty much Constitution Day is something that we're required to do because we get federal funding. And so every year on Constitution Day, we do a Constitution Day event. We usually focus on voter registration. And so we usually get food to kind of get that done because so kind of how you talk to students nowadays, just with free food. Another part of that's for. Also, it's just like for various supplies, like mini constitutions that seem like they wouldn't cost anything, but as you add it up for like all the students we have, it gets more and more expensive. And then the ARC Club Rush. So in order to kind of, I'm going to go on this in my report, but in order to kind of influence more clubs to be a part of campus, CABE is helping with a Club Rush, where clubs pretty much like get a table and start getting members for their clubs. So that money would also help provide food and marketing for that as well.
Thank you, President Kevin Hill. Appreciate that explanation and information. Is there any other member that would like to explain more? Okay. And I'd like to add that it's very important that we support these items. The Constitution Day is let me bring up my agenda. The Constitution Day is a very important day, and it's something that we are in support of as the ASB Senate. And that's just, we want to make sure that we make that day and the following days, we want to make sure that we recognize them and that we consider their importance and that we support and make sure that there are enough resources and supplies and everything that is needed to make it as successful as possible for our student population on campus.
Chair?
And yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay.
Kevin pretty much nailed it. The other thing to consider is there's a new bill that schools now must follow. It's AB 963, and it's in the bill there, but that is the voter registration piece that each community college is responsible for promoting, registering to vote, civic engagement, those type of things. So this kind of goes hand in hand with policy that students actually advocated for. So that's also where this funding will go. So at both Constitution Day and the Voter Registration Day / Club Rush Day, there'll be voter registration packets for students to register to vote. And then on the Club Rush Day, the League of Women Voters will also be out there tabling. They're a nonpartisan group that just encourages people to to register to vote. So just wanted to give some more context for the board and anyone that's participating today.
Thank you, Brett, for that information. Very, very helpful. All right. So now I'm going to place a motion for the board to vote to pass this bill.
Chair, you can't make that motion. Someone else has to.
I apologize. Do we have anyone who would like to motion or move to approve this bill?
I motion to approve this bill.
Thank you, Senator Sarah.
I second that motion.
Oh, thank you, Senator Warder. Thank you, Senator Sarah.
Okay, so now it goes to a roll call vote because it involves funding. I just want to make one remark. I edited a clerical error in the bill, so I didn't change anything. It was just a clerical error. So just FYI. Okay, Vice President Ali.
Yes.
Okay. Vice President Ali votes yes. Senator Reed.
Yes.
Senator Reed votes yes. K-Rep Hill.
I vote yes.
K-Rep Hill votes yes. That is the 3 voting members, so the bill passed unanimously.
Awesome. Thank you, board. We are now going to move forward to our committee reports. Do we have any board members with any committee reports?
Yes, Chair.
All right, President Kevin, you have the floor.
So I'm chairing the apparel committee. So I kind of had like a decision how the committee wanted to go now. And so instead of having just regular committee meetings, we're just going to take suggestions of what you'd like to see from the board members. So I'd like the board members to send me an email with some ideas they have by next Friday, so the 16th. That way we can make sure we have all of our stuff ordered by, well, as soon as possible, preferably before CSAL occurs. Because the logistics were too wonky trying to make a meeting. So I think it's going to be the best option.
So, President Hill, let me clarify, make sure I understood you correctly. You want us to send an email with our ideas for the uniforms, correct?
Yes.
Versus having a meeting. Okay.
Yeah, because
that is due by the 16th?
Yes, because it was too weird having the meeting, trying to have the meeting scheduled.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is an easier way.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you. And then also, in case anyone's curious, so the Tuesday afterward is when I'm placing the order. I'll be doing that for my office hour from 10:30 to 1. So if anyone wants some like final last minute, like, hey, how's it look? You can see me then in the office. So I think that would be like Tuesday the 19th or 20th.
Okay.
20th. I'll be in the office ordering it.
Awesome. Thank you, President Kevin. Are there any other reports from any other board members? All right. We are going to move forward. Are there any? We're going to move forward to agenda item board member reports and announcements. Agenda item 12. And are there any events or activities or committee progress that any of you would like to report to the board at this time?
Chair?
Yes, President Kevin.
All right, so here's the CAVE report. So as of our last meeting, we now have, if I can do math correctly, we have 5 officers. We have 5 Wait, can I have that right?
Hmm.
We have 6. We have 6 officers on CABE now. So biggest support CABE board has been in some years. We're doing a club rush September 20th. Please come out. Right now we're got a time frame. It's 12 to 2. I can have my director of media relations send you guys out an email with a flyer and information about that. What else happening? Constitution Day. Coming to the CLND on the 15th. So get some constitutions, hopefully eat some food, register to vote, fun stuff like that. And then me and myself and Nicole will be at the what is that council called? Executive leadership team meeting on Monday. So we'll have a report for you guys once we get back from that. And that's all.
Thank you, President Kevin. Are there any other reports or announcements from our board members? All right, we are going to move forward. We're going back to we're moving forward to item agenda 13 for any furthermore public comment. Anyone from the public will have any comments at this time? Advisor Brett, do you see anyone?
Mm-mm.
Okay. We're going to move forward to adjournment. I just want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. If there are no objections, seeing and hearing there are no objections, we're going to adjourn this meeting at 11:05 a.m. All right, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.